Good morning, Year 9. This is an introduction instruction video on the last graded task for the semester. This unit is called Healthy Eating. What you're currently looking at is the stream for your Google Classroom, and I would like you to click onto classwork. This heading here where we have Online Learning Week 2, Online Learning Week 2 Graded Task 3, this is what we're going to be looking at. And you can see here it's titled Healthy Eating. Open up your document. You'll see a cover sheet, which is standard for all assessments at Manor Lakes College. You need to put your name, surname, teacher's name, and if you can fit it in there, what class you're in. Has a task description, has rules of the assessment, task instruction, and then authentication. So you need to make sure that this is your work and not somebody else's. Then we have the school assessment scale. Okay, let's get into it. We are going to be talking about healthy eating. Okay, so in class, I would have got you guys to talk amongst yourselves on your benches, and you would have come up with a mind map of what is healthy eating and just written all the words there that you associate with this topic. You can still do this by yourself. Okay, so you should be able to type straight into this box here. Once you've done that, you're going to move down to the next page, and then this is where we have a diagram on the digestive process. Okay, this is showing us how food is digested and how the body uses nutrients. So this page is kind of split into two. We have nutrient information on the left-hand side, and then we have digestive information on the right-hand side. You need to make sure you read through all of those sections. It's a little bit hard for me to do that on this because I would need to increase the largeness of the document to be able to read the small print, and then it's going to muck up with the camera. So I'm just going to leave it as is. If you need to focus in onto a particular section, I'm sure you can do that yourself. Once you have done that, you need to come down to the next page. And in the next page, it is actually asking you to reflect in your own words what that diagram was showing you and telling you. Okay, so you're going to write that in this box here. Then you're going to come and have a look at some of the information. Food is any substance that we eat or drink. We eat food to nourish our bodies and to help reduce the risk of health problems. We also eat for pleasure because of the taste of food. We eat to be sociable with friends and family. Now, foods are so varied, and yet there are only 6 nutrients. Okay? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and mineral, and water. All right? So they're the 6 nutrients, and they all come from food. Eating 3 balanced meals every day gives our body a steady supply of vitamin nutrients for good health. Complete the following table. What I would like you to do, and some of you will have remembered this information from health class, is if the nutrient is a carbohydrate, where do we find carbohydrates? In what foods are carbohydrate rich? In what foods are protein rich? In what foods are fats found? In what foods are vitamins, minerals, and water found? So you're just going to make a list of the food source that these nutrients are found in, okay? And then complete the table. What is a balanced diet? A balanced diet provides the right foods in the right quantities in order to ensure the efficient functioning of the body. If we don't eat the right foods, then our bodies don't work as well as they can. A balanced diet provides our body with the right nutrients and helps us to be healthy. The body needs nutrients for energy, growth, repair and replacement of tissues, and the regulation of body processes. An example of what the regulation of body processes is that we drink water to stay hydrated. So when we are busy working in our day, we would sweat and we would lose water from our body. So we constantly drink water to make sure that our sweat glands and everything like that is actually working, and also to regulate our body temperature. Really, really important, particularly during summer. Okay, healthy cooking methods. The way in which food is cooked can contribute to its overall unhealthiness. For example, deep frying fish compared to oven baking it. The amount of oil food is cooked in has a huge influence on its nutritional value. What I would like you to do here is I want you to consider what are some of the healthy cooking methods and write them in this box. Once you've done that, you move on to the next page. This page here is a reflection. I believe there's 4 questions that you need to answer. Okay, name 3 nutrients we get from food. Remember, there are 6 nutrients. You only have to remember half of them. List and define 3 key terms vocabulary from the readings and or diagrams. So any of the words or key terms that you think are applicable to this unit, I want you to write here. What might happen if you have a poor diet and never exercise? That is the you need to answer A first, and then in relation to that, what are the short-term outcomes different to the long-term outcomes? And that is question B. Oh look, there was only 3 questions. Food selection models. The Australian Guide to Healthy Eating. There are a number of things noted in this picture diagram. Now, there's lots of information. We have this pie dish or a plate. It's in sections. We've got different colors. We've got different foods all grouped together. What I would like you to do is I want you to tell me, what are you seeing here? What do you think it means? And if you can write it on the side. If you can't, you can then always just put it in a box, okay? I want you to think about what is on this picture and what is it telling us. Okay, let's move on. Here we go. Here's a little bit of information. Food selection models. Food selection models are tools that people can use to select the types and sometimes the quantities of the various foods that the body needs to function properly. There are a number of food selection models in Australia and around the world. This is where you get to think deep. Do you think the food model for Australia is the same for Italy? Why not? I want you to answer that question. I want you to think about it. The AGHE, the Australian Guide to Healthy Eating, was developed in 1998 for the Commonwealth Government's Department of Health and Family Services. The guide is intended to reflect the multicultural nature of the Australian population. It also aims to encourage everyone to eat a variety of foods from each of the key food groups. Okay. So there's a bit of a tip there. Maybe they are divided up into food groups. Just a thought. Australian Guide to Healthy Eating. Looking at the diagram of the AGHE, we can see that there are 5 different sections of the plate or pie diagram. The size of the segments of the plate is an indication of the amount of these foods we should be consuming daily. 80% of the food we should eat should come from plant food: bread, cereals, rice, pasta, noodle, vegetables, legumes, and fruit. 20% of the food we eat should come from animal foods or non-animal substitutes: milk, yogurt, cheese, meat, fish, poultry, eggs, and or nuts and legumes. The sometimes or in small amount foods are extra foods that should only be eaten occasionally. The AGHE also promotes the consumption of plenty of water. Excuse me. Okay, time for reflection. Question 1. Who created the AGHE? Question 2, what does the shape of the food model suggest to us? Question 3, how is food divided in this food model and why? Question 4, why are the groups of food outside of the food model? You have to answer those questions within the boxes provided. Then we move on to our design task, healthy eating. Now I'm going to stop the video here because this is going to be for the following week. All I need you to do is to complete all the tasks and read all the information up to page 8. The second half of this video will be talking about the design task. Remember guys, until next time, make sure you complete all the activities in the booklet and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.